18 riddles only people with a PhD can solve. If you can spend hours trying to crack detective riddles, mysteries, and puzzles, this video is just what you need. Here are plenty of new riddles just waiting to be solved. And you'll only have 10 seconds after each puzzle to figure out the right answer. Are you ready? Then hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to join us on the bright side. And let the fun begin! 1. A Halloween murder mystery. It was a dark Halloween night. Mark was found dead in the forest. The detective who was called to investigate saw fingerprints on the victim's neck and understood that the man had been strangled. The police arrested 4 suspects. Nick was dressed as a werewolf. Damien was wearing a costume of Captain Hook. Hannah was a mummy. And Chris was dressed as a zombie. Who was the murderer? Your time starts now. Chris the zombie killed Mark. Only he could have left fingerprints. 2. A scary monster riddle. I sit and wait with pointed fangs. When the time comes, I sink my teeth into the poor soul that has found itself between my powerful jaws. The force of my bite is so strong that I can crunch down on several victims at once. Can you guess what I am in 10 seconds? This monster isn't as terrible as it seems. It's just a stapler. 3. The odd one out. Can you spot the odd emoji among these contenders? Remember, you have to be fast. Ah, there it is. These parents have 2 sons instead of a son and a daughter. 4. A mysterious object. I can be sand, I can be the sun, and I can even be a bird. What am I? Well, isn't this a tricky one? And you have just 10 seconds to find the answer. It's a clock. After all, there are many kinds: hourglass, sundial, and cuckoo clocks. 5. A tragedy in the tropics. John and Lacey went on their honeymoon to a tropical island. On the first day there, they went to a local market and bought a big watermelon. In the afternoon, they ate the watermelon on the beach. It was so delicious that they ate the whole thing. But an hour later, John died. Lucy was in shock when the autopsy showed that it was poisoning. How so? Lucy ate this watermelon as well, but she was perfectly fine afterwards. Can you crack the mystery? The main difference between the new spouses was that John ate the watermelon seeds and Lucy didn't, and that's where the poison was. 6. A murder in a hotel. A rich man stopped in a hotel in a small town. There were no other guests in the hotel at that time. Unfortunately, the man was killed during a blackout that happened later that night. The police arrived to investigate and interviewed the staff. William the maintenance man explained that he had spent several hours in the basement trying to figure out the cause of the blackout so that he could fix it. Tom the concierge said that the victim stopped at their hotel because his car had broken down. That's why Tom had left the hotel to look for a mechanic to repair the man's car. Emma the cleaner mentioned that she had called the man on the internal phone to check if he needed room service. However, he had asked not to be disturbed. Who is the murderer? Emma murdered the rich man. If there was a blackout in the hotel, she couldn't have called him on the internal phone. 7. A spy on the ship. The captain of a huge liner found out that there was a spy among his crew. He suspected 3 men: Oliver, Michael, and James. Oliver was very upset and denied being a spy. He said that he'd been working on the ship for 14 years. Michael said that he was too weak to be a spy. He didn't even know how to swim. And young James started working on the ship just 3 months ago, but swore he wasn't guilty. The captain understood who the spy was in a matter of seconds. Can you do the same? The spy is Michael. A real sailor must be able to swim. 8. A weird creature. I have 13 hearts, but not a single organ more. Am I a marine monster? Do I live underground? Can you guess my nature in just 10 seconds? I'm not even a living creature. I'm a deck of playing cards. 9. Guess the object. What has 10 letters and starts with gas? Get to thinking. It's an automobile. Well, not unless your car runs on electric. In that case, maybe gastronomy? Gastrolith? Gastrolate? Okay, that's enough. 10. A blind eye. What has an eye but cannot see? If your answer was a needle, you're absolutely right. Nice job. 11. Strange cheese. Do you know a type of cheese that's made backwards? Whoa, how on earth do they do that? Well, you have 10 seconds to decide. This cheese is Edam. Of course. 12. The stolen diamond. A unique diamond was on exhibition in a famous museum. It was heavily guarded at all times, and only small groups of 10 people were allowed to enter the room. After one group had left, the alarm went off. The guards ran into the room and found a young man there. When they searched him, they found nothing extraordinary. Just some cash, a bottle of soda, a camera, and a cell phone. The guards had to let the man go. But the next morning, it was announced that the diamond had indeed been stolen. How did it happen? The man had replaced the real diamond with a fake one and hid the real treasure in his bottle of soda. 13. Colorful houses. A pink house is made of pink bricks. It has a pink door and pink window frames. A blue house is made of blue bricks. It has a blue door and blue window frames. So, in that case, what is a greenhouse made of? I think 10 seconds should be plenty of time to solve this riddle. Did you remember that greenhouses are made of glass? 14. A miraculous organ. I'm the only organ that has named itself. Can you guess what I am? Obviously, I'm the brain. 15. A road accident. It was a really rainy day in a small town. Lily was crossing the road when a green car hit her and drove away. The police found 3 people who had such cars and interviewed them. Matt said that at the time of the accident, he'd been at home playing cards with his friends. Mia remembered that she'd been painting in the park. And Sophia said that she'd been out shopping. Can you figure out who the driver that hit Lily is? The driver was Mia. She couldn't have been painting in the park since it was raining that day. 16. Can you spot the odd object here? Time to switch on your observation skills again. Can you spot an odd emoji in this picture? You only have 10 seconds. Right you are! This guy seems a bit more upset than the rest of them. 17. The slowest in the race. A dying man has 2 sons. He tells his sons to race on their horses and that the one with the slower horse will get the inheritance. The brothers try to race, but since both of them hold their horses back, they can't really compete. So, they go to a wise man for advice. Once they return, they start to race again. But this time, they're riding at full speed. What did the wise man tell them? He told them to switch horses. This way, the one who wins the race will get the inheritance because technically, they still own the slower horse. That is, the one that lost. 18. 2 labyrinths. These labyrinths look pretty much the same, don't they? However, only one of them consists of 2 separate parts. Will 10 seconds be enough for you to figure out which one? The correct answer is the labyrinth on the right. The left one consists of just 1 swirled part. How many riddles did you manage to crack on your own? Let us know your results in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and click subscribe to stay on the bright side.